Isn't this the greatest 6-second song you've ever heard in your life? Welcome, everybody, to... What the hell am I calling this? I'm calling this Producer Mike Wants to Be a Millionaire. Yay! I got no Jay Morales for sound effects, so unfortunately that's got to go. Why is this still playing? This is supposed to be done by now. Okay. Production. Anyway, I am Producer Mike. Thank you for joining me on Wanting to Be a Millionaire. It's going to be somewhat of a rough go. It's going to be a really, really rough go at it. But the gist of this particular program is to follow along for the next few weeks. Hopefully several more than a few. But at least for the next few weeks, to see if the contests that I have joined in the DraftKings Bestball tournaments for the NFL season this year, if the ones that I am currently in the money in, or still in the running in, I should be more specific to that rather. A wonderful gift that you give me of following along in this journey, I am planning on giving a prize away. Well, at least I pray to give a prize away. What I'm going to be doing is if any of my contests make it to the final round of the playoffs, someone is going to win up to $5,000. No lie. Not kidding. However, the chances of anyone winning anything are so slim. They're so slim. So the efforts that you will be putting in to attempt to win anything from me, you might be wasting your time. So I'm right up front. You might be wasting your time. So how the best ball contests work is I need, for weeks 1 through 13 of the regular season of the NFL, I need to be in first or second place in my flight of 12 teams. Okay? Everyone who's entered into the contest is placed into a group of 12 folks, and then you compete from weeks 1 to 13. At the conclusion of that, first and second place moves on to round 2. Okay, round 2. And then that group of folks, they try to get first or second place. In those groups, first and second place moves on to round 3. Round 3, you got to finish in first place in your new flight of 12 folks. So you see how hard this is going to be? I mean, these are all the teams that did extremely well throughout the season. Now you're in round 3 and competing with the ones that are still left. I don't expect to be there. I really don't. I hope so. But I don't expect to be there. Then there's round 4. Okay? Round 4 is the final week. I believe it's week 17 of the season. Math might be wrong there. And that's where everybody, even if you're the guy in last place, you win money. And I think, I'll have to confirm it, but I believe the lowest tiered winning prize to be given out there is $2,000. Maybe it's $1,500 or whatever. But anyway, the drill is someone is going to win 5% up to $5,000 of whatever I'm able to win in that final round. Now, I have come up with some criteria for you to be considered, and that is you need to have at least commented at least once in each of the weeks leading up to the playoffs. So if you are watching right now and you haven't commented something in the chat, you might want to do so. It can't be spam, and it can't be one word, entry. That's not going to work. Be engaging. We're going to go into the chat several times throughout throughout the stream. We're going to check out what people are doing on this Sunday. Did your team win? That kind of crap. So I'm going to make it easy for you to engage with me in the chat, even though I don't know how to show it up on the screen yet, like all those other professional streams out there. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've got some notes taken. Need to ask some questions. But yeah, so the first step is to comment not only on this week, but for the next weeks coming up to week 13, week 14, and whatever of the season. Second criteria, you need to be a subscriber to not only the Producer Mike Presents and the Jessup Show Legacy channel, but you need to be a subscriber as well to the Producer Mike YouTube channel. Now, there's not a whole lot going on in the Producer Mike YouTube channel at all. I've been posting a couple of things here and there. I've primarily been using it as kind of a testing ground for me to check video and audio levels. I'll just dump a private video there, and that's primarily all I've been using it for. But some things are coming, especially for 2026. I will be using, still using it as a test ground, but I'll actually be putting some content out there. I just think that if Jay Morales can be a YouTuber for like a month and a half and amass more subscribers than this channel has, I think I'm missing out on something. So anyway, comment every single week on this video. No spamming, just real shit. Just once. That's all you gotta do. Like each of the videos. So each week you're gonna have to like the video and then subscribe to Producer Mike's channel and this channel. It used to be very difficult to figure this stuff out, but now with the advent of AI, I can dump in a list of everyone. I can download the list of everyone who commented, throw it into AI, and then tell me who gets a raffle ticket to the winning things. So, and the winner will be announced once I find out when I win money. So on that final week, if we are so lucky to be in the finals, we'll follow along together, and we'll see what that amount is, and then I will draw the name out of the hat. We'll be prepared and ready to go, and it should be a lot of fun. So speaking of the aforementioned DraftKings contest, well, let's take a look and see where I was going into this morning. Prior to the early game in Germany beginning, we saw Producer Mike with five out of the 12 contests that he joined. I am in the money. It's win it! Cheers. So yeah, I got a couple in first place, 3 of them in second place. First and second is what you need. One of them is a $20 entry for the $2 million prize. Hit me. Oh. And that would be, that's the holy grail right there. If we can get into the finals in that $20 entry, that's when some real stuff can hit the fan. The others are $3 entries, and the grand prize in that one is $150,000. Oh, and I may want to mention this real too. This is after taxes. All right. So my $2 million If you win that, that'll become like 1.2, some bullshit. And then, it's 5% of that up to $5,000. All right. That's a poor example, but you get what I'm saying. So anyway, fluctuations happen, and unfortunately, I'm not as in good shape as this shows. The $20 one has fallen off, but yeah, sadness. I can prove it, but what I was going to do, I'm kind of wasting time here because I do have. Oh, you know what? I could start it right now. Oh, let's see here. Okay, yeah, the 1 o'clock Eastern games are wrapping up or have wrapped up, and there's a couple 2, 3, 4 o'clock games that have started, and they were not ready to go when I went live. So bear with me, folks. Let me just set up the 3 games that are currently being played. What the hell happened here? I thought I just fixed this one. All right. Well, in any case, let me bear with me as I bring up these games. Oh, I see what's happening here. The Rams and the 49ers start in about 8 minutes. So let's leave that right there. The Jets and the Browns are finished. And we've got Cardinals, Seahawks, Lions. Lions Commanders don't start till 1:25. Okay. So we are going. All right. So let me just pop into my next screen here. This is what you've all been waiting for, right? So the 3 games I'm going to have up on the top there. I will try to give you some information on the games. Again, I don't have the game on. That would be a distraction anyway. If I knew I was only going to be reacting to what was on my television, that'd be one thing. But since I'm trying to take a little bit of focus and spread it out amongst 3 games, also track some of my DraftKings stuff, I'm just not going to be yelling out crap from the game. So find the game that you want to watch, throw it on your TV, put it on mute, because those guys are just rifling out garbage. I'm going to get to that at some point of this stream on how awful broadcasts, NFL official broadcasts are, and none of us realize it. I'm gonna point out some things to that. So now you see right over there is my DraftKings. This is real time shit right here, and I lost one of my second place entries, which was my Millionaire entry. We're hoping with the 4 o'clock games here, the late games, I should call them. You understand it's kind of difficult for me because I'm born and raised in the East Coast, and now I live in the Pacific time zone. It was always the 1 o'clock games and the 4 o'clock games. Well, now the 1 o'clock games from where I live, they're the 4 o'clock games of where I used to live. So when I say I'm going to do something for the 1 o'clock games, and I tell my friends that, they think I'm going for the early games. Early games are 10 a.m. for me, and if you guys watch the movement, I have sleeping issues. I'm generally asleep at 10 a.m. because I'm awake all night long. Wait for it. All night long, and then I fall asleep around 6, 7 a.m., sleep till about 2, get something to eat, watch a little TV, nap between like maybe 3, 4 to like 6. If it's Monday or Thursday, I'm watching Perry Carroll Vero Live. If it's Wednesday or Friday, I'm watching Jay Morales Unbound. If it's Tuesday, I'm actually doing the movement. Don't get old, folks. Just don't get old. In any case, the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 big start against the Cardinals. And that is the only game that is live right now, at least of the later played games. Now, I mentioned the chat earlier. Let's cruise over to said chat and see who's zooming who over there. These would be the early entry folks that can get into the competition. And unlike other competitions, I'm opening it up to anybody. Like, I was originally going to say, let's avoid family or friends that I had prior to getting into this whole crazy podcasting world. But you know what? Screw it. Just, I'm looking for people to get engaged here. I'm actually amazed. I mean, we've been making fun of Crawlface for literally months on this channel because he doesn't watch any of the content. Admittedly, I mean, he straight up said, he goes, "Yeah, I mean, it's just, I try to watch it. I try." Right. Guess that's something. But he's here. He is going to be putting the gay in engagement. So I hope, I mean, was I wrong? He's going to try. He's going to try, folks. And then, of course, our good friend Eddie Weber. Eddie Weber gets it, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely gets it. Eddie is sending me, I think, a couple of hats, a sweatshirt. There's this blazer that Velocity Customs puts together. It's got the lapels. It's got a little logo over here. I believe it's in red with blue sequins and some white going up there. So it's very American. Very much looking forward to that. Something along of a poster I think I'm getting. I'm not going to be taking Neil Sean down, but we'll find a spot for it. And we'll make sure that Velocity is well represented here in the Steve Nation collection of channels and whatnot. So, anyway, thank you, Crawlface. Thank you, Eddie. It's Eddie's What You Do. What It Do. My boy be late to his own funeral. Yeah, I started a little late. Again, I was trying to kick the can down the road a little bit and get these games started. Nothing much to broadcast with the other two games not being live just yet. Did they just return a fumble? 13-yard return. Okay. We'll get to that. All right. I'm getting distracted. Happy Early Vets Day, Staff Sergeant Hart. Staff Sergeant was a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch. I made Senior Airman before I decided to conclude my enlistment with the United States Air Force. Turned down the re-enlistment bonus. The re-enlistment bonus was dog shit. So I said, you can go ahead and keep that. If memory serves, they were going to give me $1,500. That basically said, there's the door. So I opened said door and went through it. Anyway, please feel free to enter into that chat. If you missed what the criteria is to win big stacks of singles, it'd be $5,000, up to $5,000. You're gonna have to rewind the video and watch it there. So that's what we're doing. Alrighty, let's get back to the action. Are we at 125 yet? Yes, we are. We are at 125, but I don't see these things updating all that much. So why don't we do a quick... Oh, here's something I can... Here's a little tidbit, little production thing for the show. There we go. Rams and 49ers are kicking off now, so let's... Let's get this straight and down. How do you guys think of what do you think of the music? Can you guys even hear it? I thought I had the levels correct. All right, so let's say game one here has an ad pop up here, right? Because I'm using the ESPN, totally straight up ripping off ESPN and using their shit. But anyway, the that game on the right there would have like this ad that would pop out. They'll tell you about Atlas epoxy flooring or the Kville or something. Well, in our situation here, we made some updates since this game started. Let me get that one up there. I'll get those straightened out a little bit better in a second. But what we can do is, instead of the ESPN ad showing up, we will pop up our own ad. And we can put it right here on the screen. And this is where you can put your ad. For a nominal fee or merch, we accept merch as payments right now in our sales department. You can put your ad right here throughout one of the Producer Mike Wants to Be a Millionaire shows. And we'll customize it. We'll put, color in it and, information for people to get into contact with you. If you want like a straight up advertisement, like Epoxy Floors have used the Producer Mike Presents podcasting video excellence departments of stuff, not to be confused by the Dave. This is the Producer Mike one. That's going to cost you a little bit of money because it's time. That Brad ad you did, it was like my first one. That took me all flipping day because you got to understand, Brad only provided me with about 7 seconds worth of footage and a couple of pictures. Everything else, I literally had to go research, find, develop. I had to type copy. That all takes a great deal of time. So yeah, and Brad's actually reached out for another one. He's ready for his second advertisement. So it's happening, folks. Producer Mike has made it. All right. In any case, that is. See how that works? It's happening right now. As a matter of fact, we can see it in real time. This stupid thing comes up there, and then bang, your ad here. Just reach out to Producer Mike Podcast. No, is it? Yeah. Producer Mike Podcasts at gmail.com, and we can hook you up with your advertising needs over here. We have no official sponsor of this particular program, but the Kville is always all up in this bitch. The Kville Hotel and Tavern, their phone number, as always, 717-949-8413. The Heidelberg Avenue area of Kleinfeltersville, specifically the 2647 property. That's in Pennsylvania, 17039. Don't let the hotel in the name fool you. It's just a tavern right now. The Kville Hotel and Tavern. Go tell Seth and Jamie that the Jessup Show Legacy channel sent you. All right. We've got 3 games that are now live. We've got Seahawks taking on the Cardinals at home in Seattle, 14-0. And the other 2 contests are the Rams at 49ers, Lions at Commanders, and those games have just kicked off. 13 minutes or so left to go in those contests. Let's talk a little bit about where I am with these DraftKings contests. Let's take a little deeper dive into one of the contests. Let's go to the one that I just got bounced out of the Millionaire one. Did I drop the 4th already on that? Literally was in 2nd place this morning. All right, so this is the skinny of my roster for this particular contest. This is the Millionaire one. This is the one where I'm hoping to be in 2nd place. Minimum, and currently I'm just out of 2nd place. This is kind of the things that I have to kind of sweat through. So Caleb Williams is the quarterback from the Bears. He did put up a very nice game for me, 25.10 against my beloved New York Giants. These are stats that I can deal with. What I kind of hope for is for each spot to get me 20 points. And with the 8 roster positions, 8 times 20 is 160. If you have 160 points at the end of your week, you've done very well. Chances are you are either in first or second place for that week. Rare exceptions. I am thirsty. Cheers. Incidentally, you will see that I have gotten my mixers back. If you watch the movement, I ran out of mixers, so I was drinking Jim Beam. Ho, 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 pay attention. Ho, 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 pay attention. Transition that over. I think that ad's done, so you can come back. See, it's going to be a little difficult to catch these things. So, yeah, I got my my Jim Beam now has mixers with it. This is Dr. Pepper. You know, I can't lie to you folks. I just said a mistruth. This is not Jim Beam and Dr. Pepper. It's Jim Beam and Dr. Shasta. Please don't hold it against me. I would prefer Dr. Pepper, but this is Dr. Shasta. It's been a minute since I had a Shasta. Anyway, don't buy it in the 2-liter bottle because 2-liter bottles just do not hold a flippin' a carbonation. After a day, you might as well just flip and throw it out. All right, I got some roster updates. So we blast that in there. Fantastic. Your ad here can go away. I can bring you back the Field of Dreams for the Rams 49ers game. So, yeah, Caleb Williams. And then we move on to the other side of the coin where you see Chuba Hubbard, who I guess he played the entire game with a load in his pants. 2.5. I mean, I drafted him like in the 4th round. Starting running back for the Panthers, and good God, deplorable. I mean, how in the hell is he even still in the roster position there? I guess this would be a good time to kind of bring you through how does the scoring work here? The scoring is generally a standard fantasy football league scoring. However, in Bestball, you do not have to select a lineup. You draft your 20 guys at the beginning of the season, and then the system figures out who were the guys that did the best and plugs them into your lineup. So you got to be careful about bye weeks. You got to make sure you spread out your positions due to injuries. Golly, it is rough to get folks to hit 20 points for you every single week. We've got a touchdown alert. The Rams have just scored a touchdown. It is 7-0 over the 49ers. Do I have Williams left tackle for 2 yards? Doesn't look so. Does not look like I have Williams in this one. I've got a Caleb Williams. I just don't have a K Williams. Caleb Williams. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Hubbard shit the bed. I hope to God he's not ends up being a starter in my lineup because that means all my other running backs will have done terribly. Now you'll see down here at the bottom, that's Bo Irving. God, I wish when I was 11 years old, I knew every single NFL player's name. Now it's a crapshoot that I get their first name right. So you have Irving. Let's call him Irving. Irving put up a nice goose egg for me because he's injured. Straight up injured. So I've got a Chuba Hubbard who did dick. I've got Irving who is injured. I've got Barkley who's going to be going Monday night. So fingers crossed there. Barkley hasn't been some ray of sunshine this year either. And then on my bench, as far as running backs that are left, I've got this Johnson guy from Pittsburgh He's definitely the number 2, and he has a little bit of problems of holding on to the football. He's got the fumbleitis. So he rarely gets any flipping time, right? He goes into a game, he fumbles, and then frickin', what's his name, frickin' benches him, Tomlin, for the rest of the game. He comes back next game for maybe 3 or 4, not even carries, 3 or 4 snaps. Gets him the hell out of the damn game, and then he gets another chance maybe 2 or 3 weeks down the road. So my running back in this matchup this week, I'm porked. I'm gonna have one dude that's got 2.5. Barkley's probably gonna do a 15. Is it Johnson? Johnson might get me more than 2.5, but even that is a rough go. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and call it. If you're going to tell me the points for Williams, when is Williams playing? Is he playing while I'm going to be on? No, he's playing tonight. So on the movement, I'm going to definitely make this a segment on the movement. I'm going to see if Johnson, number 2 running back, Pittsburgh, over under 2.5, I'm going under. Try me. All right, so that's running back. All right, so now we have Smith. Nope. He did an 18.2. Again, excellent. Oh, wait a minute. That game is still going on. He's got an 18.2 in the first quarter? Dude. He's going to put up a 40-burger for me. This is going to be fantastic. Past performance does not dictate future results. So, yeah, 18.2. Because if this dude can make up the 20 or 40 points I need in the running back position. Did an ad slip in there? Sorry if it did. My bad. That would be huge. Moving on to Coleman, he did a 13.6, fell a little shy of the 20, which is disappointing. So, some points need to be made up there, but JSN is making an effort. I mean, dude, if he just needs another 18 yards and I get the 3-100+ yard reception bonus. And if they want to make this a career game for him, let's give him a touchdown every quarter. That'd be mint. All right, and then Sutton, you suck, 5.4. Loveland at tight end, 9.5. Let's actually, before we get to tight end, so wide receivers, who do I have that can make this up? All right, Dobbs from Green Bay goes Monday night. He is definitely hit or miss. He's had some decent games and then just games that he's just not part of the mix. So that's going to be a little rough. Leggett already played 0. See, this is another dude. It's just all about what the offense is planning on doing for that game. This guy has been in games. Tight end Freiermuth. Again, another hit or miss guy, but he's definitely, he's definitely viable. D. Brown, wide receiver. That's a final. And these guys are on buys, or Gallup was released, so I don't even know why I got him on this team. So, yeah, it looks like this, if JSN can get in there and get 160 points on his own, that would be certainly what I think that's the only thing that's going to get me back in there, at least for this week. So, all right, ads are happening. They snuck one in. Who is that? ESPN College Basketball. You owe me a sweatshirt and a cool hat. Oh. I am doing indicas today, folks. I find myself doing a lot of indicas on the weekend and hybrids during the week. Don't know really the reason why for that, since my schedule on Saturdays are usually the exact same on Tuesdays, except for the movement being recorded. But I don't know. What are you going to do? Let's go look in the chat room. I haven't even been looking at it because the DraftKings screen, I've run out of monitor space. So all these screens I need to have up to view, they're all overlapping, and yeah, makes it difficult to see everything. All right. Crawlface, you thought you were a buck sergeant? No. So while I was in the United States Air Force as a airman first class, okay, so I had, I don't know, another year or so to go until I put on E4 senior airman. Somewhere during that time frame, so we're talking 1989, 1990, somewhere in there, the Air Force did away with the buck sergeant rank. Now, buck sergeant was merely E4 senior airman, and then just giving you non-commissioned officer status, and it was, for all intents and purposes, pretty automatic. You didn't have to test for it. You merely just had to behave yourself and then put in the time, which I think might have been right at the 4-year mark. I'll have to look that up again. So you would put non-commissioned officer status on your sleeve literally just by hanging out for 4 years and behaving yourself. They did away with that and just left E4 senior airman, and then when you went into testing, you would test for staff sergeant, and then you test well enough. They give you what was called a line number, and it's basically a ranking where you are on that list. And then at some point during the year, they announce what numbers will be lifted up to staff sergeant rank, and hooray, hooray, hooray. Now, I never put staff sergeant on Eddie. I tested for staff sergeant and was given a line number, and I did have a pretty decent line number, but did not decide to re-enlist. And so me getting the staff sergeant rank would have happened sometime after my enlistment, which was not determined. If they came back to me after I turned down the re-enlistment offer and said, we'll give you staff sergeant, I may have pondered that. But I was pretty psyched to get out at that point. I'd done my time. It was over. I was looking forward to getting to school. I was already accepted into college. I was looking forward to getting that part done. And look, I think I made the right call. Retired early. You fuck around with little aspects of your history and change a path you were on, all this could get blown up, So I am pretty psyched with how things worked out. I find myself incredibly lucky to have the friends that I have and kept the friends that I have. Got a decent enough family life, Thanksgiving, a lot of blessings to give this Thanksgiving season. All right, doesn't appear anybody's watching me now anyway, so that whole nice, lovely soliloquy wasn't hurt by no one. If this ends up in a short, well, lucky me. Ooh. All right. I don't know what's next on the agenda. Did I have something else I was going to discuss? I don't think so. Oh, I might as well get rid of this advertisement. Yeah. All right, let's do a rundown around the league. In real time, the Seahawks are now up 21-0. on the, I believe, the Kyler Murray lists. The Kyler Murray lists. Arizona Cardinals. 21-0. Apparently their defenses also didn't make the trip. LA is still maintaining that Rams-like 7-0 lead over the San Francisco 49ers. 7:39 the first, still left in there. We've got an advertisement alert. We sure do. Look how I'm getting quicker on there, but my mouse sucks. I'm trying to be quick draw McGraw on the mouse, and it's not really the easiest thing to do. I'm telling you, I've said it before. Hosting, producing, directing. I mean, the only thing I'm not doing is chatting to myself because there's literally zero capacity. None. Anyway, not to be a big bitch about it, but if this continues to be 0 viewers, I'm shutting this fucker down at halftime. Because I've gotten everything I've wanted to do out of this stream. I have announced who's going to win some money. I actually find that a little disingenuous of some of y'all. Like, I'm going to give someone like $5,000. I haven't gone and checked the subscriber count. We were at 765 going into today, but we were at 764 at the beginning of the month. So I don't know who that one person in who subscribed, but cheers to you. Anyway, where was I? 7-0 over the 49ers. The Rams are doing quite well. We've got the Lions who have, the Lions have been a little disappointing in the sense that I think they were a little overhyped. 7-3, the Lions currently have a lead over the Redskins, or the Commanders rather. With the Commanders just putting a button on their drive with a field goal. But yeah, I thought the Lions would be a lot more of a juggernaut. All right, so since there are no viewers right now, I actually don't feel bad of ignoring the stream. I am going to send out a couple of messages. Football. Do it. T. Hines not being here while I'm live is kind of gay. I am going to copy that message. And who else? Who else can I grab? Let's see if the beef eating yo man, Sad Brad from Epoxy Flooring. Let's give him a message. Who else? Who else? Who else? Oh, link, please. T. Hines, you're so gay. All you gotta do is look me up. I'm live now. I'm live now. Search producer Mike presents. For the love of God. Anyway, when T. Hine gets here, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of him. We're gonna get the exact skinny on why he can't like and subscribe, so he will automatically be alerted. Well, the notification bell. Yeah. Might just sit here and wait for him because now I'm seething. It's crazy. For months now, I've been telling him, dude, just notification bell. Notification bell. Notification bell. Click the notification bell. Don't be a bastard. Just click the notification bell. He's going to write a goddamn... That's the thing. I think someone needs to write a song called Like and Subscribe, and it's just rife with like lyrics that are, hit the notification bell. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All right. Hey, somebody popped in. I'm assuming that's T. Hines. T. Hines, you need to get your shit together, dude. You are unbelievably. I can't understand why you don't understand. Just hit the notification bell. There's like a notification bell right on my page thing, and you hit that. Whenever I go live, your phone's gonna go. It does all that stuff, and then I don't have to send. Like I'm literally live. I sent links or just send a quick note. Quick note. Hey, I'm live right now. Come join me. I can't do tasks. Then send me the link. You know what I'd have to do to send you a link? I'd have to go to the YouTube page. I'd have to go to or YouTube, grab that tab, go to my page. Then I have to switch the account, right? Because when I go to YouTube, it brings up just me, producer Mike, my channel. And then I have to switch the channel to the Jessup Show Legacy channel, which you should already be subscribed to, right? You're subscribed. You've liked this video already. And also, I'm giving away $5,000. I highly suggest you figure out how to watch the beginning of this video. You know, maybe rewind it all the way to the beginning because there was directions. All right, fuck it. I'm not going to make you do that. Here are the directions. Someone's going to win $5,000. $5,000. You need to like this video. You need to subscribe to not only the producer Mike presents the Jessup Show Legacy channel, also subscribe to the producer Mike channel, my channel, my personal channel. It's me and Steve in the icon there. And you have to hit the notification bell on this channel. Ding! So doing those things that you've refused to do, I believe this might be enough. This might be enough for you to do it. Do all those things, and you have to do it for the next, so we're in week 10. So week 10, NFL week 11, week 12, and week 13. Those are my best ball round 1 weeks. Okay? And if I win any money, I'm giving 5% of it away to some lucky person on this channel. But only those who have liked each one of the videos for each week. They've subscribed to both the Producer Mike channel and the Producer Mike channel. The Legacy, okay. The Producer Mike presents the Legacy Jessup channel show. This one, the one you're watching this on now. Like or subscribe. Then go find Producer Mike's channel. I'm wearing a blue shirt, and I've got my arm around Steve, and we're smiling. Very good times when that picture was taken. Incredibly good times. Same drill. Subscribe. Notification bell wouldn't hurt there, but it's not mandatory. And then you need to send a message in the chat each one of those weeks. So now I see you haven't. I said corrected. Tom Hines, C1H, which I believe stands for Karina One Hua. Producer Mike, happy Sunday, you Deutsch. Aw. I'm not going to lie, that's the nicest thing anyone has said to me today. But I don't see a lot of people because I think most humans suck, and therefore I do not engage with them or actively try to. All right, got an ad still up. Get rid of the ad. I don't think I'm doing too bad on the production side, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, people suck. If you are enjoying the production value of this broadcast, and I hope you are taking into the account that I am doing all the roles, knowing that if you took some of those roles away from me, I could produce a podcast for you. Yes. You have a YouTube channel? Do you have something to say? Do you have just a little bit of money and maybe some sort of merch shit going on? Are you a gamer? Are you a gamer that goes on at like 1 in the morning just playing Call of Duty or Hello Kitty Secret Journey Adventure? Or Strawberry Shortcakes Adventures with Dora? Swahili for, I believe, Wars of Warcraft. Do you do that shit? I could produce your shit. I've got the software. I've got all that shit. We just get you linked in with me. You give me access to spit your crap out to wherever you want it. And then I sit in the background because I'm up all night. Pacific time. I'm up till at least 4 or 5 in the morning. I go to bed around 6 a.m. Pacific time. I sleep till about 2 or 3. Still getting a nap in a little bit later on there because I want to be... I find myself getting dozy during Perry Caravello Live. And Perry Caravello goes for like 7 hours, which... Wow, it's easy to watch him for 7 hours. It's not easy trying to do what he does. And I think that's what I find exhausting. The podcaster in me is just like, how is he still on? I've actually gone to sleep and have woken up for like just to be up for the day, and he's still been on. Brilliant stuff. So anyway, if you've got an idea, you've got something to say, I can hook you up. It's easy. I've got it down now. The super chats thing, we make fun of it on this show. I know why we don't have them. I know exactly why we don't have them. I'm not a dummy. I eventually figured it out. It's just that the means for me to fix it are not really in front of me right now. I've got to make a couple of phone calls. It comes down to a permissions issue. I don't have all the permissions on this fucking channel that I should have, and I can't make some of those, those calls. Can't make some of those calls. Anyway. T. Hines, thank you very much. Happy Veterans Day indeed. It's going to be on Tuesday. We're going to be doing the movement on Tuesday. I don't know if we're going to make it a full-blown happy veterans thing, but we'll definitely discuss it. I might share some Air Force stories. That might be, that actually might be the call. We'll invite our veterans who watch the movement, tell us a story. Maybe we can get you on the show. I don't know. There's a lot of craziness hoops you got to jump through to get that done. But yeah, thanks, T. Hines. Mysterious Vixen. I always knew I could count on you, girl. You're here every time. This is a football stream, actually. And actually, yeah, I got to be more attentive to where we're at on the scenes here. Again, going back to my early thing, if you want a podcaster, produce a podcast producer that doesn't have any interest in speaking on your stream, I don't want to be seen on your stream. I just want to make sure your stream runs smoothly. That's what I want to do. So hit me up at Producer Mike Podcasts at Gmail. Let me bring up one of my ads. There it is. Dink. Producer Mike Podcast at gmail.com. I swear to God, we can work something out. Like I've done weirder shit for less than $20. Let's just put it that way. Was that out loud? Yeah, I'm sure it was out loud. This is why I don't... Oh, you didn't even see that, folks. I forgot to hit the button. Well, maybe see... yeah, I just can't do it. And now what did I screw up? Bear with me. Changing the sizes of boxes. I said box. That I shouldn't have changed. All right, this is going to look ugly. I guess it's not too bad. All right. Anyway, Yeah, so T. Hines said Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it, T. Hines. T. Hines, I could hit any wiffle ball pitch you used to throw. You could hit any wiffle ball pitch I can throw right now. But back in the day, no one, and I mean no one, could hit my knuckleball. And I was throwing knuckleballs for fucking strikes. So sit shut and don't even with the wiffle ball talk. Mysterious Vixen, yeah, football girl, yeah. Listen, 'tis the season. It's not for everyone. This show is not for everyone. Like I said, if you're watching this show to get an update on, what's happening in these football games, well, you're in the wrong spot. Because did I blow up all these screens? Yeah, because I can't even pay attention. Like if I was just paying attention to the 3 games, that'd be one thing. But I want to be able to. The chat is more important. My best balls are also more important, and I want to talk about. There's not much to talk about now that I've already said, because I still have 2 in first, 2 in second. I'm waiting for that Millionaire to come back into second place, baby. That's what I'm waiting for. So, one thing I did not comment on is my attire. This is the only football jersey that I own. This was a warm and lovable gift from my friend Nola Travel, who sent this in the mail. It is a Lyle Alzado jersey, 77, Oakland, old school Oakland Raiders. I actually do think Lyle did play briefly for the Los Angeles Raiders, right? They were in Los Angeles briefly, so I think he played for both of them. Certainly didn't make it to the Vegas. God, rest in peace, Lyle. But this is a full-on Lyle jersey, and I certainly don't want to toot my own horn here, because I certainly don't deserve it, because I've got a flippin' ways to go. But this shirt, when I first received it, I couldn't even put it on. There was I hadn't seen Nola Travel in a long time. And Nola Travel was under the impression I was a couple of sizes smaller. The fact of the matter is I blew up like a flippin' balloon. Hey, it's my choice. Go ahead and fat shame me all you want. I actually could give a shit. I kind of took the Chris Farley route of if someone wants to call me a fat ass, I'm like, yeah, keep staring at my ass. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you for looking at my ass. Anyway, we have gotten to the point where I was preparing for this morning's stream, today's stream, and was getting clothes out and getting ready, and saw this shirt hanging in the closet, and like, you know what? Let's throw the shirt on. We've done our periodic fasting, which I do not suggest. I hate it so much. Like literally not eating anything for 24 hours. Just water. Water and vitamins, essentially. 24-hour period. Like have a meal, eat, see what time it is when you put the plate into the flippin' sink, and then count 1 hours. And then you can have something else. It sucks. Sorry about the ad. Your ad here. That's how quickly, folks, I'll get your ad up there. So, producer Mike, podcasts, Gmail. Anyway, I know what my problem is. If I go over to, this will be easier. All right. Change the view. Yeah, when I was able to squeeze into this shirt, so I wasn't totally looking like a fucking Johnsonville sausage. It's more of a shirt now than a natural casing, and I'm not. I don't feel like my breathing is constricted, because these football shirts, they've got some girth to them, in the sense that there's not a whole lot of give. It'll stretch a little bit, but this is flipping mesh essentially. It's mesh. Dr. Shasta in the house. Cheers, everybody. So, yeah, I was pretty psyched that I could get into this football shirt. Now, this brings up a dilemma for me because next week, when I do this show, do I wear the same thing? I mean, you guys could make the assumption that, all right, well, producer Mike wore that shirt like 7 days ago. He easily could have put it in the wash and wear it again, no problem. I like variety on these shows. I actually take notes on what shirts I wear on the movement, so I know not to wear that same Hawaiian shirt, another fat guy staple, right? Hawaiian shirts. I'm all about them. Untucked with like a short pant that has the elastic waist. Very, 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 very short socks. Golf socks, if you will. And a Sketcher. And I'm ready to hit the Montelago Village for my daily walk. So yeah, I've been able to slim down a little bit. I got a ways to go. That's why I don't want any congratulations. And none have come in, so thank you. Trying to get. I was at 230. I think I'm around. Last time I checked, I'm around 220 now, and my goal is to get down to under 200, whatever it is. Whatever it is. I used to want to be down to 185. I find that to be too much of a hard thing, even though that's my ideal weight. Let's just get under 200. I'd be more than happy being 10 pounds overweight for the rest of my life. No problem. No problem. All right, let's go back to the chat real quick because I see some new shizzle coming in. See, I blew up the size of everything. All right. I gotta fix this. This looks terrible. I'm just gonna leave your ad here for this. I'm not gonna do football shit from this screen. Yeah, look. Why didn't anyone tell me? Even the producer Mike box is too high. You're too high. We're all too high. All right. Ooh. Okay. Now, this chat box got out of whack. Bring you down, yeah. All right, screw it. This is what we're gonna go with. All right. We'll do this. There we go. 28-0. All right, we're gonna have to look at my DraftKings score. If JSN scored some more points, that'll be huge. All right. Mysterious Vixen. I almost went deer hunting today instead. All right. MV. I don't know if you watched the movement where we talked about wet meats. I might have been in discussion with the Tent Gang. I think they're hunters. Somebody was hunting for wet meats, which included deer. And it brought me back to when I was in the Air Force. I was stationed in North Dakota. And most, I should say, that might be a little thick. At least half the guys on my flight were hunters. Or they would go hunting. Let's say that. Because I was a security police. So we, just inherently in our blood, we love to shoot guns. And so a lot of the guys went hunting just for the sake of going to shoot guns. And that's fine. Perfect. That's great. I never, however, being friends with all these fellas, they bring back meat, and they brought back plenty of it. Now, just being an airman living in the dorm, yeah, you can't give me 10 pounds of deer meat. I have nowhere to put it. I have a maybe room in the little mini fridge they used to give us, which did have a freezer in it, for a couple of steaks, which we would get during Christmas time. Our flight sergeant, that's what he handed out for Christmas is these air packaged. Is that how it's air sealed packages of deer meat, and they were pretty decent sized steaks. So like you cook this thing up, I mean it could easily serve a couple of people. But he would hand out a couple of those to all the airmen on flight, and basically we just kept in the dorm life. We didn't necessarily grill out during the winter, but keep it frozen, wait till the spring rolls around, and then we had backside of our dorm. It just might as well have been a tailgating area at a football stadium. Grills, permanent little overhang things. It's like every evening there was some sort of party going on out there that you could. So yeah, we did not suffer from eating or drinking, certainly in the early 90s in North Dakota. But deer meat is phenomenal. The first time I actually had it was in a restaurant in North Dakota. I was 22 at this point, 22 years old. It was a restaurant called Field and Stream. I think I looked it up not too long ago, and it's not there anymore. But there was this, I want to say it was Route 5, but I'm not positive. Minot, North Dakota. The airbase was a couple miles outside of Minot proper, and it was connected by one straight road. Like I said, about 2 miles long. So when you left base out of the main entrance and you banged a right-hand turn, you will be going straight for about 2.5 miles until you hit the city limits of Minot proper, right? So that's where all the hotels are, the university is down there, all the businesses, yada, yada, yada. Field and Stream was a restaurant. You shitting me? Am I still going live? How am I doing? Can someone give me a check? Is everything coming in cool? YouTube is giving me... YouTube's giving me an error. Let me know if I'm doing good. So this Field and Stream restaurant, you could conceivably say that it was in the middle of nowhere, because it was literally kind of smack dab in the middle of that 2 mile stretch of road, which there's nothing on. Nothing. There's signs and telephone poles, I guess. I don't know. Occasional house, right? If you've ever been into the Midwest, houses aren't just built next to each other. They build a house, and then they drive 5 miles, and then they build another house. So that's kind of the layout. So you have this restaurant, which appears to be in the middle of nowhere, and I imagine they put it there to be halfway between, the majority of the folks that live in Minot and another 5,000-6,000 people that live in this little concentrated area called Minot Air Force Base. So brilliant, I guess. So my folks came out to visit, and I took them to that restaurant, and I decided to try the deer. And I had deer for the very first time, and it was delicious. I fell in love. And then I got like the most basic recipe that my friends on flight would tell me. He goes, dude, just defrost that steak, tenderize the shit out of it, dump a crap load of Italian dressing on it, throw it in the fridge for 24 hours, grill that fucker tomorrow. Wow. I've had deer since then, but it's been a minute. And also a big fan of deer jerky. My flight chief in particular, he had he actually kept it at the squadron. He was dehydrating meat at the squadron. He had because he had a desk. He was a master sergeant, so he gets his own little desk. I don't know if he had his own office. I think he shared his office with a couple other sergeants. But anyway, he had his dehydrator in there. Took a while. I think dehydrating technology has gotten better. Since 19 this is again 90 91. But when it was, harvest day, if you will, we ate well. The jerky was